Welcome, everyone, to Ag Tech with Andrew, Farms.com podcast. I am very delighted to be joined with some very great people. Matt Dunstone, you probably know him very, very well, professional curler, and have a great run right now playing out of Manitoba. And Adriana Karis, who is the marketing manager for Lallemand Plant Health. Kind of introduce yourselves and tell us, our audience, who you are and what you're doing.
Sure. So yeah, I'm Matt Dunstone. I'm a curler. We're currently ranked number 2 in the world, number 1 in Canada, and very exciting year for us. We have our Olympic playdown coming up right away, and hope to beat Team Canada at the upcoming Olympics. And we're a proud partner of Lallemand. That's why we're here today. And Adriana and Anne, have been great to work with. It's been awesome timing. Given what's on the horizon for us, and to have Lallemand on board. Super happy to be here and chat a little bit about curling and talk Lallemand today.
Adriana, do you want to tell us a little bit about
for sure.
you and about what Lallemand is all about for those who are just checking in for curling's sake?
Sure. Yes, as Andrew said, my name is Adriana Karis. I am a marketing manager here for Lallemand Plant Care. I've been with the company, I'm going into my 11th year working in plant care, so it's been a great time so far. Lallemand is what we like to say is a Canadian company that's like Canada's best kept secret. We produce yeast and bacteria for many industries, so we're very well known in the like brewing, winemaking, baking, probiotics. Chances are, if you ate bread today, took a probiotic, gassed up your car, had a bottle of wine, or enjoyed, some Crown Royal, you're enjoying some Lallemand yeast with that as well. So another section is plant care, where we basically take the same, high quality strains of yeast or bacteria, but we apply it to agriculture. So that's anything from like inoculants for things like soybeans, canola, soybeans pulses. And then we also have our specialty agriculture side as well, which is looking at things that are grown in a greenhouse, or on the horticulture side of things. And then we also have a forestry.
Wow, so that's a lot of different products. That's pretty exciting. And with our audience on Farms.com, it's certainly products that is relevant to our entire audience, both in Canada and the US. So a recent announcement, a partnership with Team Dunstone and Lallemand. Tell us how this all came together, Adriana.
Sure. So, curling, Canadian, being in Canada, curling is a fan favorite sport and pastime, especially with our growers, the people who directly use our products. So it was a kind of a no-brainer. We've been sponsoring some local curling rinks and local curling initiatives out in Western Canada and in Ontario, and we got the opportunity to sponsor Team Dunstone, which was very exciting for us. They're an up-and-coming team. They're doing so well. It was kind of a no-brainer. Plus, Lallemand has ties to Sault Ste. Marie in Ontario, and that's where I'm calling from today. That's where I'm from. And so obviously there is EJ and Ryan Harnden who are on the Dunstone team as well. So it's also nice to support local athletes as well.
Oh, that's great. So Matt, this is kind of maybe not something that you would have thought about when you looked at potential sponsors. Tell us how this came together and why it's important for your team to be partnered by a great company like Lallemand.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think the original connection came between Ryan, our lead, and Michael Pratt, who went to school together, if I'm understanding correct. And our partnerships mean everything to us. The curling and winnings and everything like that only takes us so far. It is the partnerships that make the world go around, allow us to do this at a professional level, allow us to do this full time. And with Lallemand, they're a company that shares many of the same values that we do: hard work, integrity, genuine commitment to excellence. Having a partner that believes in teamwork and community the way that we do really made this a natural fit. And their support helps us focus on becoming our best, and we're proud to represent a brand that's respected across Canada and around the world.
That's awesome. So you've been on quite a tear lately, Matt. Tell us a little bit about kind of your successes in this year, which has been fantastic. Obviously, you had a little bit of a heartbreaker this weekend, but you tell us a little bit of that too, and then tell us about what's coming up on the weekend.
Yeah, it's been, quite an awesome season for us this far. We've played 6 events, we've made 4 finals, been fortunate enough to win 2 of them. Obviously, last weekend was, the toughest of the bunch for sure, without question. But you're going to see that over the course of a season. I mean, every weekend we go out to play, we're playing the best of the best. That's who we want to be playing against. To see where we're at and to test ourselves. And the test has gone awfully well so far. And our 7th event of the season, the Olympic trials, has been the big one. So we're excited that that's coming up. We get going in Halifax. It is November 21st, I want to say. So we've got 10 days or so to rest up and recover from our last event, and we're getting together in a couple days in Toronto to start training for that. So we're really excited. We'd want nothing more than to represent Canada at the Olympic Games, represent Lallemand at the Olympic Games. That's the big one for us, and we're super excited that we've put ourselves in a position to feel really really good about our odds going into those Olympic trials and hopefully the Olympic Games.
I think we're all pretty excited to watch this. Now you have this relationship with Lallemand. Adriana, tell us a little bit more about how this relationship ties in curling to your products and to agricultural overall.
Mm-hmm. So when we were discussing it, it's basically marketing 101. Be where your end consumer is, right? And our growers are everything. Our growers, that's who uses our product. That's who we want to support. So it's just having our brand awareness there, where in front of the people who are actually using our products. Because sometimes there isn't that connection, right? Like, oh, I have this product and it's tied to this large company, that Lallemand, who's so integrated in our lives that we don't even realize it, right? So it's a way to support our communities as well. We're always trying to give back to our communities in any way that we can. So we also run, in addition to the sponsorships that we do, we also run we have like a hometown roots contest that we run as well, where it gives these communities a chance to win $5,000 to give to a charity of their choice. So I think we've donated over $100,000 of that year to date. And it's just something, it's a feel good way that we can not only give back to a talented team like Team Dunstone, but also support for our curling growers as well.
That's fantastic. And I think you really do have a great company supporting you, to Matt. So when you go down the path of community involvement, where you're going, how is your community development going on?
Yeah, totally. I mean, curling is something that has been built on community, has been for a very long time. That's the special part about curling. And obviously getting involved with Lallemand, we're going to be involved in the Hometown Roots contest moving forward as well. I know we have big plans for that, to support curling communities around the nation. Obviously, we're going to work on the details of that, but that's coming out very soon, and we're super excited about that. And we've done junior camps over the last handful of years. That's a big thing for our team too. Is we want to carry on the torch for sure, because I mean we're only going to be around for so long. And the ones coming up behind us are 10, 15, 20 years younger than us, and we want to be able to keep that going. I would say off the ice we try to bring the same attitude to how we carry ourselves and how we connect with people as we do on the ice. Whether it's at events with fans or in the communities we're a part of, we take a lot of pride in representing something bigger than just our team. And, again, that sense of community is a huge part of what makes curling so special and has made curling special for a very long time.
Adriana, can you fill us in a little bit more about what Lallemand doing as far as curling community? You talked about the one program, and then For growers that maybe aren't really familiar, you talked in the beginning about products. Any highlights you'd like to share to our growers on what Lallemand has to offer?
Well,
Just
events
my
that we have
question.
coming up, I mean, like Matt said, there's beyond like when they're calmed down from their curling schedule and whatnot. We hope to have some events in tandem with them, with our growers, where we can also talk about, what Lallemand offers, because it's not also just about products, it's about understanding the microbial world of agricultural inputs, right? Which is, it's a shift for a lot of growers. They're not the same as conventional products. So what we do is we try to bring education to the market as well, about, this is how you use microbial inputs. This is what they can do for you. But then we also try to tie those events to like an experience. So whether it's a tasting, going to a distillery that uses Lallemand yeast, sometimes we give them like probiotics or even like nutritional yeast, and people, they think we're giving them fish food, which we actually, it might be used for fish food, I'm not sure. But and bringing Team Dunstone in with that as well, makes it a great opportunity for our growers, and something that I think they would really look forward to. In terms of what Lallmand's bringing to the market, we do have a lot of innovation. We're always looking at ways that you can better apply microbials, that are easy for growers. They apply seamlessly into their farming practices and equipment. So we do have some products that are going to be coming out. We're just waiting for that registration to come through with the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, but yeah, we have some great products that are coming through that will really make uh, the application process easier, and then show up in their yield as well.
That's fantastic. I'm really excited to see new products coming out to the market, especially in that form. So, Matt, tell us a little bit about what we can look forward to with you for the rest of the 25 season and into 26. Obviously, we got the big one coming up, but tell us what else you're doing.
Yeah, so we got, I mean, our Olympic trials are, 2 weeks away, as we know. We have two Grand Slam events left for the rest of the season, which are obviously our major events outside of, World and Olympic playdowns. We have the Montana's Brier in St. John's, Newfoundland coming up in March. And then hopefully the World Championships and the Olympics as well in 2026. So, we've got anywhere from 4 to 6 events left on the season. It's flying by, and then creeping up into the spring and the summer. That's when we're going to be able to get together, maybe do a farm show with Lallemand, hometown roots contest. That's when we'll be releasing a lot of those things as well. So I mean we've got a lot of exciting activities on and off the ice coming up in the near future, and we're super excited for that. And I think the most exciting part about all of this too is creating that awareness for Lallemand that, people probably don't even realize how often they are using Lallemand product. And for us, it's really trying to show the world that in almost everything that they do, they're using a Lallemand product. And, I think that's the exciting part for us is showing people that they're using a product they didn't even realize that they were. So I think that's an awesome opportunity for our team, to be able to show that awareness, express that to everybody. And I mean, I think the world's worst kept secret is that agriculture is curling, in a way, right?
Yes.
That, every almost all of our fans, everything to do with curling is tied to ag in some sort of way. And, that's obviously another super exciting part about this partnership.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate both of your time today, Adriana and Matt. Any kind of closing thoughts or messages you'd like to say before we say goodbye?
Go Team Dunstone.
Yeah, go Team Dunstone, and obviously, super thankful again for Lallamand's support of our team, and again, we don't get to be professional curlers, travel around the world, train as much as we do, practice as much as we do, and get together as much as we do, and play the events that we do without them. So super thankful, that they were able to come on for obviously a super large season for us, and excited super proud, I would say is the word I'd use to be able to represent their brand and showcase them around the world.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much. I really appreciate it. And keep on watching Team Dunstone. Let's go and get that championship and get into the Worlds and see how we can do in the Olympics. That's going to be really exciting to watch. And thank you both for your time.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.